What's happening, SMT fan? That Battlefield 6 trailer just dropped. We're going to react to it here. I watched it, then stopped, and I said, you know what? Just go in, and something tells me we should do this on the channel. We should do this with the community. So that's what we're doing in this reaction video. If you're new here to the community, do me a favor, like this video so it can reach as many people as possible. And if this is your first time to the channel, I welcome you to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell turned on, as we do go live weekly, at least 2-3 times a week. But all right, let's jump into the Battlefield 6 trailer. You know, I got a feeling that EA Dice is being a little messy here by dropping this, you know, right, not too soon after we got the Black Ops 6 trailer, trailer reveal, the next Call of Duty that's coming out. Although Black Ops 6 seemed like it just came out, but that's no here or there. It's been a while since we had a good Battlefield. Nonetheless, Battlefield 2042 released back in November of 2021. I played it when it first came out. We'll talk about a little after this reaction video. So let's jump right into it.
My fellow citizens, my fellow.
Oh.
We will prevail.
Hands are rough.
We're ready, Mr. President.
My fellow citizens, today represents a dark day in our history.
Oh, modern
This
times.
monstrous, unprovoked attack. No country is safe from their reach.
Helicopter through the
For all
building.
those serving on our behalf,
Another helicopter.
prayers go
Ooh.
with you.
Levolution,
For the
y'all.
Armada mercenaries who are watching now, I have a message.
Those must be the bad guys.
It's over.
Let's get to work.
I'm your masters of war. Hear the bells of big guns. Hear it hide behind walls.
30 seconds.
They turn and run farther when the fast bullets fly.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my 6.
Send it.
And I hope that you die.
Yeah, there goes the Battlefield we all know and love.
I follow your casket. By the pale afternoon.
Campaign. The campaign looks like it's going to be a crazy ride.
And I stand over your grave.
Melee weapons, maybe.
Painting the target for the F-16.
At the Brooklyn. That's the Brooklyn. That was the Brooklyn. Some jet, some air combat, some shoots. Okay. Yeah, July 31st, the gameplay reveal trailer. The live gameplay reveal. We will we will be there. We will be there for that. We will be live streaming the gameplay reveal. So again, if you have a chat, man, hit that subscribe button. But wow, okay, so a lot to take in, a lot to process here. I mean, down the bottom gives us that disclaimer that this is game engine footage, so this isn't actual gameplay. But again, we're getting the gameplay trailer. We're getting the gameplay reveal July 31st, so about 6-7 days away. So we'll know exactly how the game looks and feels. But at least this gives us an overall idea of how the aesthetic of the game is going to play out. I mean, right there, you can see it right there. We're getting modern weapons. Right, like modern weapons that are iconic weapons that first-person shooter fans, among all of these shooters between Call of Duty, Battlefield, what have you, hell, even Fortnite. But we're getting modern weapons, so like your AK-47s, maybe some M16s, M4s, what have you. Desert Eagle. I'm not the biggest gun guy, but I do love me a good modern weapon in Battlefield. Battlefield is the first-person shooter that actually made me a fan of first-person shooters. And the president's knuckles being a little battle torn right there leads me to believe that he might be a former soldier himself, or just recently been in some type of fisticuffs or some type of combat. But those must be the bad guys. I'm thinking those are the bad guys. Maybe those are the Pax Armada he mentioned here. These must be the baddies. I know not a lot of people play these type of games for the campaign, but I am one of the people who will jump into the campaign first and then jump into the multiplayer. I did this in Halo. I didn't do it in Black Ops 6 though. I don't know. It's just something about the campaign that I read early on. It was super short. Previously, I've enjoyed me some Call of Duty campaigns. They're a fun ride. They're short. To me, it feels like you're in, you know, the back seat or even the front seat at times of just a high octane, fast action, you know, military based war movie, and it's super fun. And I'm thinking of campaigns like Advanced Warfare, especially Call of Duty Ghosts, one of their best franchises or best campaigns in the Call of Duties, at least from in my opinion. It wasn't the most loved Call of Duty because of its multiplayer and the lack of quality on that side, but the campaign was solid, and it looks like the campaign is going to be solid here in Battlefield 6. Look, more modern weapons, more ace combat, and I love this shot. Like I love this shot. Like that overhead. I know we won't see that in game, but if we're getting stills and we're getting moments like this in the campaign, oh, sign me up. I'm hyped. We might have to do a marathon campaign stream to just get through the campaign in one stream so we can migrate over to multiplayer. But this shot is gorgeous, and it gives me like, you know, Zack Snyder kind of, you know, vibes, you know, some Mission Impossible vibes. It's just a beautiful shot as this pilot is looking up of this, you know, as he kind of passes that fighter jet. More action. I mean, this also heavily indicates that Levolution is going to return in Battlefield 6. We're going to see, you know, the impact of having the levels being altered during the map or during the level, whatever. And this is going to affect gameplay. So that's coming back, and it looks to be in just a wonderful, magnificent fashion. We see it there, right? Carnival. More guys dropping down, some tank action. I mean, this looks very Desert Stormy. Looks like there may be somewhere in Central Europe, maybe Iraq, Pakistan, maybe somewhere a little more developed. I see electrical lines over there in the far right, but it's early. It's too early to tell, you know, to base the graphics. They look clean. They look good, especially with that last fighter jet scene we was just critiquing. Like, they look good, but it's still way too early to tell. I watched the trailer in 4K, or you watched it here in 4K. This video is not going to be exported in 4K, though. It'll be exported in 1080p. But it's way too early to tell, you know, if the graphics are like, oh, you know, they're wonderful. I mean, they're next gen. I guess we could say that. And speaking of, it's only going to release on your Xbox Series SX, your PS5/Pro, and PC. Battlefield 6 is not releasing on the old gen. So if you haven't made the switch yet, I recommend you do so. And if you're stuck somewhere on old gen and you're not sure how to migrate either onto PC, that's what we talk a lot about here in this community and on this channel and beyond. I welcome you. If you found this video, subscribe and we'll help you get there. But, you know, like that looks clean. You know, this leaves much to be desired, but I do like, you know, the grit, and you could just kind of see the dirt and the scarring on his hand. Looks like he was burned or something. And I think another character has it on their face. This guy back here is like, I don't know. Guess you get some depth of field there, some shallow depth of field, some little bokeh. But I like this scene here too. I mean, this looks near realistic. I know it's night vision, so it's kind of, you know, we're cheated a little bit on texture quality and being able to separate what's in the game in real life. If this was a picture, but if I held this up, minus if we take away, you know, like the perspective of this gun here, unless you argue it's body cam. But even if we didn't have this here, and I showed this still to somebody, I said, hey, do you think this is a still from, you know, a military training exercise, or is it from a video game? I'll be very interested to see what those results are. To me, it's almost indistinguishable, but I like this here. If we're going to get, you know, some of these night vision, nighttime scenes, that'd be really dope. See their lasers, very neat. I just went back because I wanted to see if there was like dust and stuff going through there. A little dagger, so we know we're going to be able to call in barrages and things. Man, I wonder if we're going to be able to do that on environments. Machine gun action, RPGs. Taking down choppers, going through buildings. A lot of choppers going down in this trailer. A little bit of D-Day action. And that was interesting because I said in the reaction, I'm like, so is that going to imply that we're going to get two-hand melee weapons? Will we be able to pick up, you know, melee weapons on the map and do things like this? You know, will it be like a one-hit KO or like break your shield? Will there be shield? There probably will be shields. Akin to like Call of Duty Warzone. So there probably will be shields. But when I saw them put that in the trailer, I mean, like I said, they put this in the trailer for a reason. I mean, everything was here in this trailer to give you an idea of what's going to be in the game. Quads, for example. Absolutely. They're bringing back quads. That was in 2042. But see, that right there leads me to believe that we're going to get two-handed melee weapons, which would be really dope. That wasn't in 2042. I can't remember. I don't think it was ever in a Call of Duty. Someone will correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but I can't remember when Call of Duty had two-hand melee weapons. New York City. And this is also pretty cool. So this confirms that we're getting real American, you know, maps based on real American cities, which we just saw. Where was we just at? New York City. Yeah, because we just saw the Brooklyn Bridge. But imagine fighting around or flying around the Statue of Liberty in a jet, or fighting on the ground, or both, and doing a little bit of both because it's Battlefield. Battlefield is back, at least surface level, with the reveal trailer. We're 50% there. We have to see what the gameplay trailer is like, y'all. We will be there to see it live. We're going to react to it live. But there goes the Brooklyn Bridge. I mean, will we be able to do this in a multiplayer map and alter the gameplay? I mean, wow. Just the idea of, you know, destroying the Brooklyn Bridge is crazy work, but this campaign looks like it's going to be epic. Bridge is collapsing down there, a lot of detail. See there, this character. I wonder if this is our baddie. This must be our baddie. This is our baddie. But you see the detail? I mean, it looks okay. Again, it's about as next gen as one would come to expect. But I mean, it's okay. You know, more jet action, some tanks, some, you know, we're going to get some parachute, some parachute action, maybe some halo drops. Oh yeah. He's angry. But I'm swear that's the bag. This guy on his door. He kicked it. Get out that door. But yeah, a lot of aerial combat. We see helicopters, we see fighter jets. Thank goodness we don't see a lot of futuristic, you know what I mean, machinery, weapons, vehicles. We saw none of that. And at least on the surface level, that looks like that means that we're definitely moving towards a modern space here in Battlefield 6. Now, back when Battlefield 2042 came out, I was pretty hyped and excited for the concept of it until it was revealed that it wasn't coming with a campaign. I felt extremely excited by that. You know, the fact that it didn't come with a campaign. But we played the beta and we played that game. We played Battlefield 2042 post-launch. We live streamed it. I tested it on some, you know, different hardware, different resolutions, graphic settings, all that. So I spent a lot of time with Battlefield 2042 over on the vlog channel, the tech channel. And it was essentially a hate-love experience. I had a hate-love relationship with Battlefield 2042. I like modern weapons. I'm a sucker for sci-fi, science fictions. It's one of my, if not my favorite, you know, form of entertainment, I guess you could say. Next to fantasy, but high fantasy like Lord of the Rings. Maybe even Oblivion. It's like deep lore, but obscure characters. But I spent a lot of time with Battlefield 2042. And I wasn't playing it because I was enjoying it. I was playing it because I was trying to find a reason not to stop playing it. But no leaderboard and no campaign felt like it sucked the soul out of the game. At times, it just felt empty. The maps were massive, huge. Players kind of just camped along different parts of the map and just tried to hit you from afar. The aesthetic of the game, the overall, how it looked fairly decent for a futuristic shooter. It's just typically they're not what we want. We want this. We want a modern shooter. This is another reason why I strongly believe that Battlefield 2042 did not resonate well with, especially on the esports scene, but even casual, first-person shooter fans and gamers. This is where Call of Duty just kind of took advantage of that opportunity and just ran with it. And then, they're kind of doing something weird with Call of Duty Black Ops 6, but 7 is around the corner, so 6 is going to be an afterthought here by the end of the year. Hell, within the next couple months, even. Especially when we get the gameplay reveal trailer for Black Ops 7, which I imagine it's going to come sometime either before, if Call of Duty, if Activision smart, Microsoft Activision is smart, they'll release their gameplay reveal before EA DICE does, especially since we got their reveal trailer first. So Call of Duty can essentially still stay ahead of the game and drop their gameplay trailer. But I doubt they will. Maybe they'll do it afterwards. But nonetheless, this will be the first Battlefield game since, 2042, which came out in 2021. It's about, by the time this drops, it'll be about 4 years old. All right, 4 years old. But will it be able to, recapture Battlefield fans, myself being one of them, and love me some Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2. Love me Battlefield 3. And I can't remember if I finished Battlefield 4. I just remember when it came out, it being a very big deal because of the environmental destruction and the levolution physics and all that, and the technology that was coming along with that game. But I'm excited as a Battlefield fan seeing this about them returning to their roots. And it probably remains the same that Call of Duty Black Ops 7, it will follow suit and go back to a modern setting with modern weapons. And we're going to go back to gritty war, back to gritty FPS. Hopefully it won't be a slide fest. We didn't see a lot of that. That's one thing I will say. We didn't see none of the characters in the trailer sliding, did we? I don't think we did. So hopefully we're straying away from that, because soldiers don't typically slide and shoot. I know it's an arcade shooter, but still, we want grit war. We want that simulation FPS. We want to be the soldier. Battlefield 6 can maybe really hopefully compete with Call of Duty this year. I won't call it a COD, but a COD destroyer. I don't know if it's going to do all that, but you never know. It very much could drop and resonate really well with fans, especially if EA DICE is able to get back to their Battlefield roots. We'll find out here soon, because I imagine after the gameplay reveal, we'll probably get a release date for the beta. If the game is going to release in like September or October, they'll probably want to do the beta coming up soon, possibly August. I think they typically are. So if we can sign up for the beta without pre-ordering, we definitely will. If we have to pre-order to play the beta, then we definitely will. I will make that sacrifice. I know they say no pre-orders, and and I agree typically. I've been burned before. But here for the content, we will pre-order Battlefield 6 to play the beta if need be. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Again, if this is your first time to the SMT Beyond Gaming channel, hit the like button for me and subscribe with the notification bell turned on so you can catch our future gaming live streams, the launch of our Press Start podcast, so much more like reactions like this one, because we have so many different games to come out, and especially a sleeper one that I've kind of subtly mentioned on the channel, but haven't really gone into too much detail because it's still very much obscure. And if you know, you know, but I have some fun plans with this title that's coming out, a first in a very long time, and almost considered a niche sport, if you will. But That's all I got for this one, y'all. I do hope to catch you all in the next one. So until then, be easy.